Hello, everybody. You're here with Claudio Beauty with your host, Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today is a continuation episode of EM Cosmetics. So this was my first purchase. Of course, it was back a couple of months ago, but I've been loving the products. And so I just wanted to share with you my thoughts and what they look. And I said this is part two because I already did my eyes. And so I already reviewed this palette. I'll link the video for that up here, which I love it. And this episode is going to be doing the blush and some comparisons, and of course the lippies. So if you're interested in that, please keep on watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and let's begin. All right, so like I said, I really like this eyeshadow. It is very versatile. There's kind of two looks, the tangle, the lilac, very natural, but you can ramp it up, etc. So now let's go to the lips. Lips or blush? Well, let's go to the blush. So I don't have to be so bare, right? Now, I had seen other YouTubers show these little bottles, and I just love them. I thought it was adorable. I actually thought they were more expensive, but no, they're very reasonable. The whole line is very reasonable and so much quality and so well done. And I really, really like the brand now that I tried it. And so is funky. I wouldn't say luxurious like Tom Ford, Chanel, but it's not as expensive. It's sort of in the middle, but it's funky, and the products or the formulas, I think they're spectacular. Now, it is a little bit getting used to because they're different. I mean, look at this. And so, but the performance is just amazing. So let's try it out without further ado. Oh, by the way, this is the swatches from the eyeshadows, just so you see. I know we're moving along, but since we're talking about the brand, you can see it. There's 3 mattes, 2 shimmers, and 1 pop of color. I kind of did a mixture because over there I show the lilac and then the tan, but then now I mix it all together. So on the blushes, they have several colors. I don't know if it's 6 or 8 colors. Obviously, it's the most, the plum, the pink, the peach, the most usual colors. But there's a variety, and I think they are very beautiful. I ordered just one back in the day, back a couple months ago, because I wanted to try it first before I bought other colors. But I really, really have liked it. So now, which color did I get? Oh, good luck reading this. And I left my glass. Oh, here. Serum blush. Okay, so I guess it's a serum blush. At least the letters are not so small that you can't read them. There's some brands that is ridiculous. So, including Dior. I mean, I can't read anything on Dior. So, obviously, it's a dropper. Now, I didn't want to pull a lot of product, but that is it. I'm a terrible swatcher. We all agree. But hey, bear with me. I hope you can see the color. Now, I'm going to kind of do a little bit like that. Look how beautiful. So it does give you just a tiny little bit of color if you just want that. And let's put it on my cheek. Now you can use your hand, or you can use, I usually put it directly and then I use a brush. One of my favorite brushes for this kind of cream or liquid blush is Sonia G. This is mini base. This is part of the Hinoki travel set of 5, which I love that set. But she also sells this in the full size. So I really recommend this brush. I have many to use for cream, but this is one of my favorites. So I have 2 to show you. The other one is Wayne Goss. This is brand new. This is F2. So they're both very, you see, it's kind of the size of that you can do precision and spreading. But the Sonia G I really like. So in this case, I'm going to take a little bit like this, I'm using my left, and then just apply a little bit. you can't go wrong. You can't, it's not one of those that go too much that you're like, oh my God, but it does give you enough colors. I think they just look beautiful. Look at that. What do you guys think? It's just enough. And they have another one that is soft pink, which I think is gonna be beautiful. By the way, I need to just, I never did this. I did a little bit, but I should have. All right, but look at that blush. I mean, it's gorgeous. Now, let me compare it, for example, because I bought this because it was the most plum, but it's not necessarily just plum. It has some red and some pink. Natural. It's not so plum. I'm gonna compare it here with Westman Atelier Doo Doo. It's gonna be a lot more plum, I think. Let's see. Let's do it next to it. No, very similar. I guess Doo Doo is a little bit more pink. Do you see? This one has a little more red. What other do I have here? I brought in, this is the new color from Chanel on the #1 the Chanel. This is Lip and Cheek. It's also very plum. It's because this winter they come up with all these plum colors, which I actually was very happy about because the plums that were out there were too violet, plum but violet. And these ones are a little more berry. As you can see, there's a little more red, or see, this is more violet. This is more plum, what I used to. This is the #1 the Chanel. And has rose, of course. It's just beautiful. This one, I don't know, has a little more red, I think. So it's a little more neutral, but yet it is towards those plums, right? I think so. Well, I hope this was helpful. So this is the new #1 the Chanel. This is Doo Doo from Westman Atelier. And then of course, let me add just a tiny little bit more into my arm so you can see the 3 colors. But the way these liquid blushes perform, it's just beautiful. Let me put a little bit. I'm using my left to put it, so it's a little hard, but I'm going to take a little bit from my arm and then apply it just here a little bit. You can swipe, or you can just press, or you can use your finger, really. I mean, let me use a little bit of my finger on the other side here. I'm a little embarrassed because my fingers' nails are a disaster at this moment. And it's interesting because not always. There's times that I have my nails long and nice. But of course not while I'm filming. So you never get to see that. Hard to believe, right? You're like, no, bust it. Okay. I'm turning red from the heat of the light. Okay. Look how beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I mean, what I need is a little bit of powder. And what I'm going to use, well, F5 from Wayne Goss. This is a new one. And I think I mentioned it in the other video, or in this one. I own 2 of this now because I really, really like the way it is. I'm using my Dior powder. And then very lightly, very, very lightly. And then the other side. So with this brush, Fluffy, you can't overdo it. It's just not possible. Of course, if you just want a little more matte or more finished look, you can get the sponge and really go at it. And then you cover a lot more. But the way I like to do it, this works beautiful. All right, so I think we're done with the blush. Really, really nice. Okay, so the lippies. They're not lippies. I actually don't like when somebody or with me say lippy. I don't like that word lippy. But when I can't remember what you call them. These are a little more long lasting sort of, but they don't dry your lips. They're not totally matte. They don't look like over drying matte. Tinted, but a little more than just a tint, because they don't look as drying as a tint, but they don't have shine or anything, so they do look matte. I mean, I'm trying to describe it to you, but you aren't looking at it, right? And this is now for over an hour wearing, so they are long lasting. They start dissipating, disappearing little by little, so you have a tint in your lips. They're not moisturizing. Like, I don't feel like a balm, which is usually what I wear. But I do like the long lasting quality and that I don't feel my lips totally dry. So I do recommend them. The one I wear the most is not this color, the Petal. But since I have 3 of them, let's go through them. So I'm gonna reapply this in front of you, which is the one I'm wearing, Petal, just so you see it freshly and how easy it applies. And then, of course, let me show you the applicator. And then, of course, I'll remove this and apply the other 2 from scratch, so you don't see the reapplication. But and what would help, obviously, is to use a lip liner, because it is a little bit out of my lips. Why? Because I'm not the most careful applicator, and because you do need a lip liner at my age, I think. But even from that, sometimes, you know, because it's a little wet still, I might do something like this just to tie it all together. So it's just so beautiful. And I'm telling you, if I was more careful with my editing and my lighting and the video, this will look amazing in a nice video way. So if you enjoy the editorial that we see here in YouTube or Instagram or anything like that, this can be made out very beautiful. It's just, I'm not that patient. But in real life, it looks gorgeous. It just looks natural and nice. Oh, now I don't want to remove it because it feels good and it feels put together. And I'll be happy to now up and go. And then if you really want to shine, you can put a gloss, right? We're not going to do that because we're going to remove this and try the other 2 colors. So before I do that, let's swatch the 3 colors so you know what to expect as I remove this and put the next one. So the one I just wore is Petal. That is Petal. That is what is on my lips. You know, it's true that for the name Petal, I would have thought a little more pinkish. But now that I think about it, it's very in style now that we're getting into spring. I've been seeing these colors, you know, it reminds me, let me just see out of curiosity because I have it in front of me. It reminds me of the New Guerlain Cherry Bloom. Let's see, because it has enough red. Yeah, it's the same tone. It's definitely different. I mean, definitely different formulas. This is a Cherry Bloom. So it has a little more shine and transparency, but look at the tone. I mean, if I pull this, you see, right? I mean, very similar. So it is, yeah, this one has a little more brown and a tiny little bit more red, but hand on hand. I mean, the tones are there for sure. Okay, so let me remove this And oh, I was swatching each, right? So now let's do Flirt. I think Flirt is the one I'm wearing the most because I think it's in the plum. Yeah, okay. So this is Flirt. Flirtatious. There you go. I mean, no, it's not plum. It looks more red. Well, which one was it? I know I had one in my purse forever and I thought it was more in the plum. Let's see, this is Intuition. Yeah, I think it was this one. Okay. So this one is Intuition. You see, it has a little bit more plum in it. It's hard to say plum because these plums have more berry or more pink. But look at the leftover of the blush. Those has more red. And I think that one or that one sort of, right? Let me smudge it a little bit so you see how. Yeah, no, the one that I've been wearing more like plum, I think is more brown. I mean, look at that. This one. It has even a little bit of orange. Okay, well, there you have it. I guess I don't know what world I was in. So let's apply it in my lips so you see what I'm talking about. Maybe that was the confusion. In my lips, it looks a little more plum. That's my story and I'm staying with it. I'm sticking to it. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna take this out. All right, drying out. Okay, so which one should I go first? Okay, the second one that I put in here, not Intuition. Intuition, I think, is the one I wore the most. And then Flirt. Yeah, let's get Flirtatious. Woo! Okay, has to be the reddest of it all. Not for Valentine's. Ooh, look how beautiful. Well, definitely the colors that are on style, definitely. And again, these are new colors, but absolutely everything from St. Valentine's to, you know, did you see the Natacha de Nona, very berries? Of course, this is more red, but I'm finding that whole vibe of flirtatious. Okay, so what do you guys think? I love it. I probably would go with a different blush. Again, they have many other blushes. Because this to me had a little more plum. I mean, I guess it's reddish or something. But at this point, you can do that and put it here and then it will go together. I don't want to do that because I'm going to wear the plum next. And then it's going to be just rainbow. But if you can imagine it. But this color is just gorgeous. Flirtatious. Imagine that I'm not wearing this lilac, grayish, that I'm going for more that neutral and then this with this kind of color. I don't know if you can imagine it, but I could wear this for Valentine's for sure, for during the day. not for the going out part. Because this looks very flirtatious. Yeah, it gets me in that mood during the day. So this was not a color that came out for Valentine's. I'm making it up, my dream come true, right? But I can see myself wearing this color on an everyday and feeling just nice and fresh and cute. And I know a lot of you girls like this type of color. And it's not so red in your face. It is a subdued kind of flirtatious. And remember, let's do this. So when you start plotting and removing the first layer, and perhaps even after you eat or something, you know, through the day, you see that? Now let's do something. So if, not much now, because I was trying to put here the leftover, but I think now it dried out. The lips don't feel dry, and when I do this, they actually feel like if I had a wax on top of it. That's how moisturizer they are, but there's not much color coming out. Well, there, a little bit. Because I wanted you to see my lips on that color, and then that. Yeah, I'm asking too much from you guys, right? Imagining too much, but you get the point. Very lovely, very lovely. Let's do the last color, the one I had on my purse, because I was so into plums. And interesting enough, this was before all the winter collection from Chanel came out with the beautiful plums. So it was interesting that I was already in that plum. I think it started with, you know, Wednesday from the Addams Family, the movie, you know, very dark gothic sort of look. I'm gonna be doing a video on that because I did find what Wednesday was wearing, the lip color. It was kind of dark gothic purplish. And so I kind of got into that, and then I was all about plums. And then who would have thought that Chanel came with the perfect blushes and colors. I have a video on that if you want to see it. But I was like, yes, plums. And not plums too violet or too berry. It was just the perfect plums for my skin coloring, I think. All right. So last but not least, Intuition, Flirt. Which one was it? Intuition, I think. Yeah. Okay, the darkest of it all. Now, today I'm not in the mood for the darkest of it all. I was more in the Petal, which is where we started, but I'm doing it for you guys. Okay. Am I using the, yeah, I think so. Okay, Intuition. I don't know why, if it's the lighting or what is it, but I'm finding the colors are a little different than I remember. Intuition. Maybe because, okay, I think it's what happened. I have to show you. So I had ordered the Dior, one of the, okay, this one, Dior Splendid Rose. Splendid Rose came back in November. This one has a lot of red and a lot of, it's plum, but it's more red. It's red and a little rose. I don't know if I can explain it. Let me swatch it for you. And I got really into this color. Oh my God, did I enjoy this back in the fall. See this? So I was wearing that, and then this combination, you see? Okay, now you see it. And I don't know why I went into plum in my head, but this one is red, but it has rose, not brown. A lot of the other colors that have been coming out, they are in this reddish, but more brownish. And that tends to look like a lot of mud in my face. So when they came up with this kind of red, but rose, oh my God, it's been music to my ears. And you see the brown? And I don't know why I came up with this going into the plum, but I guess it has nothing to do with it. Anyhow, yeah, I didn't do a review on this ones for you because they were limited edition. They're still available. I love them. But they're more in the fall, kind of maybe summer, end of summer category. And right now, you know, the beauty industry moves along. And, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm still enjoying what 2 months ago came up with. So, and since I haven't been filming so currently, then, I mean, what do? I'm going to talk about the colors from last month. I mean, 2 months, it's kind of crazy. But listen, here in Washington, we're still with cold weather. This is still beautiful. Of course, spring is coming. All the spring colors are coming. But I'm so happy I still have this. And I'm sure I'm going to pull them out sooner or later. So there you have it. Love, love, love this color. And so what I was doing was, and this is where the plum. So there's this MAC lip liner. It's called Night Moth. It's not new. I don't know if you guys heard of it. There you go. This one. You see how it has purple in it? So granted, this has more red, nothing to do. This is more on the plum, which for some mind reason, my brain thought that's where this was going. But I've been wearing this Night Moth with a lot more purple with this. And what this does is bring out more of that purple into the lips. You see that? And then a little more plum, or more of this red rose sort of blush. So yeah, it seems like I'm deviating a little bit, but I mean, I had to share how my thought process worked and why I might have put a little confusion on you. But you see how it shifted the color? It seems like using this turns less red into the lips and more of the purple. So the lips do have a little bit of that. And really it changes definitely with the combination of everything else you wear. I mean, this is the Chanel. If I wear this kind of blush and then on top of it, just add a little bit on top of this, it will last all day. It will have the good combination. So you can really turn it. That's the good news about these EM Cosmetics, I think, that they do have a combination of colors in it where you can really shape it this way or that way. It's not a straight up color. It reminds me a lot of the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, where they have such a combination of colors in them that you can really kind of skew them to one side or the next, or combine them. Oof. So again, great quality, uniqueness. This has a little gold. I love the geometry. I was all into the sacred geometry and the polyhedros, which is like this kind of designs. So I'm all for it. Yeah, the thing with this ones is obviously you need to get used to it, but the Serum. So, and look, very beautiful. They go on and they do last. So do I recommend it? Yes. Is this comfortable to put in my purse? No, of course I wouldn't do that. But to put in your vanity and just use this one, I think is lovely. The other good thing is lately, well, not lately, the last few years, I've been very sensitive to the products, the eyeshadows, and they irritate my eyes and this and that. Even Dior sometimes, even Chanel. I mean, doesn't matter the price, they have irritated. These ones don't. So I don't know what they have in them, but this do not irritate my skin or my eyes. So very lovely, very lovely. The only thing I would say is that this is not like a Westman Atelier where you look like you're not have anything on, because you can tell I have tint. But it does remind me of right now Selena Gomez. What's the brand? Beauty. I own some of her stuff. Well, the Selena Gomez brand that is being like a bestseller, like, you know, you can't get your hands on the, you know, the blush and the highlighters and the lips and all of this. It reminds me of that, with probably a little higher quality in the sense of gentleness, and a little less ramp up. I feel that with the Selena Gomez, I see even more color than this. So I really like this brand. I really like their coloring. I really like how few items and you are all set to go. So give them a try. That's all I have to say. So I'm very happy with my purchase back on the day. I really like this. I will buy some more of her eyeshadows, but at this moment I'm having too much with the new spring collections, and I've been all over the Chanel and Dior because for the first time they're less on the browns and peaches and are more on the pinks, and all of that is my area, so I'm very happy. But eventually, so blah 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 blah. Okay, that's it. We did the blush, we did the 3 lips. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know, do you know this brand? Do you like it? Is there a specific color in the eyeshadow, blush, or lips that you enjoy? And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel before, not before, so you know when I upload. No, how was it? Please subscribe to my channel so you get to see more of these videos. Ring the bell in the right hand corner so you know when I upload new videos. And have a great day and see you soon. Bye.